Live.
Hello and welcome to Duke's United Show. I'm your host, Garth Lewis, and with me is the Tower of Power, Nathan the Duke Ellington. Obviously, we are depressed and down, but initial thoughts on the game last night, Nathan. I don't even ask how you're doing because it's awful, obviously, but
Yeah.
Look, man. Thoughts on the game.
The only thing is we did play slightly better. We did have a few more players to choose from. We did end up in the game twice. We saw better from Hojlund. We finally saw some great, play what we wanted to see. We've been waiting to see for a while from Hojlund. But in the end, it just left feeling a bit like, Onana, man, what are you playing at? Like, in terms of like, I think one of the things that I do think is we pass the ball far too much to Onana. We give him the ball far too much, and he's bound to make an odd mistake with a pass because every player will do. You can't expect him to not make pass. It's the other side that I'm really upset about at the moment. It's the shot stopping. It's the being able to stand up on the one-on-one. Not going to ground so early, and that's the side that I'm really, really disappointed with him. And the fact that he seems like he has short arms or something, because he should have saved that one on the weekend as well, man. I swear he should have saved that, because I'm sure De Gea would have saved that. But anyway, yeah.
Well, on Onana, we'll quickly go into Onana a little bit. Like, I think it's Azif who's in our group said he doesn't seem to have the spring in his legs to actually push his body weight forward to get the balls. Like, listen, yeah, he's nowhere near as good as a goalkeeper as De Gea. We all expected that, but what I was not expecting is 4 or 5 major errors, or what I'm classing 2 or 3 major errors and 2 or 3 little errors inside 7, 8 games. You know what I mean?
It's ridiculous.
The goalkeeping fundamentals ain't there. It feels like. I don't know if that's where you're coming from as well.
Yeah. You can't make mistakes like that. I thought he obviously would be he would never be as good a shot stopper as De Gea. I think he's probably one of the best shot stoppers out there that you could find. Yeah. It was the other side that we thought, okay, if he's even just an okay shot stopper, like a normal shot stopper who stops what they're normally supposed to stop, and then, like De Gea, he saves shots that you go, oh my days, only he could have saved that,
Exactly.
But that's where we was happy to get the extra pass inside from him. But the other side, it's below par at the minute. It's showing me that he's below par. What you were saying from day one, you're not too happy with that side of his game, and it's starting to show at the moment. And whether it's just he's got all his mistakes in one little batch of games, it better be. I hope it is, but the chances are it isn't. The chances are we actually got a keeper who's not good enough defensively with his hands, but really good with his feet. So yeah.
And that's the thing. I just look, De Gea had to go before anyone starts saying, "Oh, what you're saying, De Gea." No, De Gea made mistakes as well. What I'm saying is, though, De Gea saved us as well. He saved us sometimes.
Yeah.
So, and his passing great. Look, Onana's passing is excellent, and it does not help him that we're getting sliced up through the midfield and through the defence every 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know if you saw what I saw, which is yet again. Our defence is a shambles now. It's like an absolute, it's open. It's like an NHS hospital, mate. It's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, mate. Come on in. You know what I mean? It's madness, mate. So I don't know if you're seeing the same things I am with the defence.
Yeah. Look, United, to be honest, he's coming to a side where we're not so good side. We're not such a good side. I kind of hard pressed to even think of teams in the Premiership now that I will. In the game and winning, you have to have both. If I thought of all these teams, I can't think of a club that you will control the game and win against. I can't. Maybe Brentford is a tight one. Yeah, Brentford's a tight one. We lost against Palace. We got outplayed by Burnley. We got outplayed by Wolves.
Forest.
We were losing against Forest. We came back. But I would normally expect us to at least beat them. Maybe not control the game against Forest, But yeah, it's one of them things where right now we're a mid-table side, mate. We're not even a top 10 side. We're a 13th, 14th place side. The way we're playing, we are poor right now. I know it's going to change, but we are poor right now.
100%. And I don't even have answers for it, no, to be fair. Curlers, let's be honest, it's the same old crap from the players that have been here 3 or 4 managers ago. ECH cannot be blamed for players doing that last night, schoolboy stuff. I'm going to
Yeah.
get onto it. I was going to get onto Eric Ten Hag later on, but I'll get onto it now. Whilst I do agree with the sentiment that just quickly as well, Fitz said, morning gents, morning Fitz.
Morning, Fitz.
Back to Kerners. Like, I agree with this. Ten Hag's got to take a little bit of blame. Sorry, I don't agree with this. He has to take a little bit of blame because he's trying to play his system, in my mind. I'll ask you the question, Dave. He's trying to play a system that we haven't got the players for, and he's not changing it up, period. Are you there? Like, again, yeah, I don't want him sacked. We've got to give him 2 or 3 years, but I don't like the fact he keeps trying the same thing over and over again with players that clearly are not up to the task. I don't know if you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, well, you kind of got a point there. The problem is we've lost too many players to do much else. I think he's just trying to put a plaster on, a plaster on the wounds all over the place. But the one thing we do look at and we go, wait a minute, why are you doing that for? Like, why are you putting Amrabat in the wrong place? Like, put someone else there. Put Dalot left back and put some like Lindelof right back or something, and give Amrabat his normal position alongside Casemiro, and then let's try and at least play players in the positions that they are, and then play maybe a defender out of position rather than a new player who's getting used to his boys having to play out of position. Like, that doesn't make sense. But in terms of what you just mentioned there, in terms of like you want to do something else or try, yeah, he really should try and do something else. But again, I still look at it and go, hands are tied.
Yeah, but what can you actually do?
What can you?
I got no answer to that, mate. Kerners, again, we are now seeing the reality of not offloading players who are useless season after season and bringing a new manager and not getting his targets. I mean, you've said it all there, mate. There's nothing we can add to that, Kerners. Yeah, exactly right. We've all said it, and our club is the worst selling and buying, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, we cannot offload boys left, right, and centre. So that's awful. Right now. Yeah. Let's get part of the Casemiro out for the game again. Another red card. Is it like you didn't get a red card in like 17 years at Real Madrid? No, it's had like 4 at Man United in 2 years. But do you think he should have, like, just quickly, should he have done what he done there? Which is like, because if we hadn't gone and conceded 4 minutes later, that red card might have been valuable because he would have got us a point. But I don't like that sort of play.
I think a guy would have scored. Like, if you go like that, you're not gonna miss. He would have scored if he didn't take him down. At the end of the day, he fought. He knows what he needs to do as a, when you're in a top side that wins everything all the time. That's the automatic for you. Like, oh, we're gonna concede a stupid easy goal here. No, I'm not letting this happen. Well, normally in his head, I'm not letting this happen. I don't care if I take one for the team. And then he realizes, oh, wait a minute, this is Man United though. We're not gonna get another goal back. We're not gonna win the game after. So, but it's like the automaticness from his whole career. That's gonna kick in when something stupid like that happens, and you just gotta take that and go, you know what, Cass? Well done, like, you do what has to be done. The rest of the players are just not up to the levels. Again, you're not obviously, he's not been playing as well as he wanted to, but we started to see him come into his own a little bit better now. He started to get in there. He's playing well yesterday. And he's taken one for the team. He's unfortunately out again. But the good thing is we have Amrabat now that can actually come into midfield and play in his normal position. And by the time he gets back, well, I swear it's in the Champions League only, isn't it?
It's not in Champions League, yeah. So it's only 1 game. So I think was it a straight red or was it 2 yellows he got in the end last night?
I thought it was a red. I thought it was a straight red. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. 2-3 games. I mean, both of them against Copenhagen, and then the return leg against Galatasaray. So hopefully it won't cost her too much. Because I come back to what you said about Amrabat. I agree entirely. I feel bad for the geezer because 2 of them goals was him not tracking up with the line because he ain't a left back. He doesn't know that bit of and that is a very hard. When I was always a winger, when I was asked to play right back, it was the hardest thing. Like, actually keeping your mind sharp that when the back 4 moves up, you move up with them. You know what I mean? Not a bit of daydreaming or ball watching. So positives. Let's talk about the young Norwegian boy, Danish boy. Sorry, Rasmus Hojlund. Finally doing what I wanted to see. You're the striker, Nate. What did you see from him yesterday?
Yeah, he looked good, man. He looked good because I've been saying since he come, I haven't really seen anything apart from when he came on against Arsenal, and he kind of bullied, is it Gabriel Gabriel or whoever it was. He bullied him a little bit, and then I was like, I like that aggressiveness. I want to see some more of that, and we hadn't seen it for the first certain amount of games, and like, there's not really anything here yet. I've not seen anything to even have an opinion on him. I'm giving him some more games so I can see what he's about. And this game is where you see what he's about. Like, hold up play, back to goal, holds up the man, does really well with that. And then he shows a clean pair of heels from the halfway line. He absolutely blazes him out, gets right in front of him, holds him off, then dinks it nice. That's perfect. That is proper control at high pace. He was able to run with the ball, beat his man, be in front of him, and then have the composure to score. That is saying something as a forward. So for me, I say he's arrived now. We know what he can do. We've got to feed him like that now. We got to forget playing out wide, forget going left side, right side, here, there, and everywhere. Get yourself back in a normal position where you normally play to make us the best we can be in that position. Stop. We got to stop this stupidness, because we're gonna have to be able to provide chances for Hojlund. If he's not going to be provided for, we're going to see this once every 8 games. Nice play.
That's my worry. Yeah,
it's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Exactly right. Well, we got here Fitz. This quickly, this is what I think that United need to do as well. Fitz, I think United need to do an Arsenal and just let players leave for nothing. It weren't just nothing though; they paid them off, and that's what we're not willing to do. Better to cut your losses and stop the rot, in my opinion. I agree with you, Fitz. I do entirely, but you got to think about our board, the Glazers, mate. Like they dunked their own grandmother down, you know what I mean, in the ocean just to get a pound note. So like they ain't doing that. Colonel saying
change the board first, yeah.
Oh, bad, man, bad. I mean, we'll do that properly. Like everything wrong with Man United directly back to the Glazers, but we'll do that at a different time because we ain't got the 4 hours I need to get into that one. I thought it was. I'm not sure on that, Curtis. He was definitely on a yellow, and then I'm not sure because that would be a straight red normally. That tackle, he's through on goal, he's scoring. You know what I mean? But
it might have been 2 yellows. I don't know, but it said red card on the screen, so I thought it just meant red card.
Amrabat, Mount, Hojlund were good last night. Hojlund is really starting to find his place. Amrabat was decent because he was out of position. Mount, still a lot more to come from him for my liking. To be fair, Nate, he was good in the first half.
I didn't see that bit. So I can't tell.
He was all right. It's still. This is where we're falling. Is like this is what I was saying again to us, even the group when he's like, "Oh, we're playing well." I'm like, "We're 2-2 with Galatasaray. We are not playing well. We're just doing better than we've been doing for 2 or 3 weeks." So, like, we're not playing well. We're at home to Galatasaray. They barely beat Mould in the qualifying. You know what I mean?
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
Yeah, but Matt done all right. Amrabat done all right. And the problem you've got now is there are very, very limited positives. Rashford, apart from the assist. I hate to say it because I don't like saying you're right, Nath, but like I see what you're. Last night showed me what it is that yourself and a few other people's not problem. That's the wrong way to say it, but issue with Rashford is that it doesn't matter to me that he's getting the 41 goal contributions because in his position he should be doing that anyway. And his assists are like last night, like they're trying to make it out like it was a wonderful assist. He just pumped it into the box, you know. He didn't aim for that. But you can't hide the fact he does have the best output in this team. But his tracking back, his body language, it's to a detriment to the rest of the side. So do you think where I was going with this is do you think this team needs a route change, everything? Like left wing,
that's what I mean.
Right wing, centre mids, everything just needs to be changed up, even if it's youth players coming in or saying, like, is that what we're going with?
Well, here's the thing, remember, if you take a look at Spurs, they've just lost Harry Kane, and look at them at the moment. You would have never thought Spurs would have gone on to be better than they were without Kane, although Kane is a great player. So you're looking at it, you're going, bloody hell, where are they going to get their goals from? And now they're up near the top of the league, playing well and doing well. They got probably more legs about them in terms of, the speed all around the pitch. Less goals from one man, but the team might benefit more. So when I look at United, like I said, on the wide sides, both sides, Rashford included, Garnacho, okay, he's a bit better, Anthony, anyone that we want to see. Rashford is the closest to it, but like we said, he doesn't really give what we're talking about. So you're only going to reach a certain level with the players we got. So then if they're going to always play, then you got a problem because we're never going to get to the levels we want to get to. Same with the fullbacks, Same with the wingers. Like, we've not got that level that we want. Like I said before, I don't know if I said it last week. We've got Reguilon, who's great going forward, not so great defensively. You've got Shaw, who's good going forward, very good defensively, but not great going forward.
No, exactly.
Then you've got Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, you got Wan-Bissaka, great defensively, but not so good going forward. We just don't. You got Anthony, great defensively, can't go forward to save his life. And then you got left side Rashford, again, not really giving you too much defensively, but they're not really being that kind of supply for your forward. He's just a goal scorer
in moments. Yeah,
that's
he's
what
great in
he's
moments.
A goal scorer in moments. Yeah.
Did you see the pass? Did you see the thing to Bruno? The pass to Bruno, like when he broke into the area. Oh mate, when you see the highlight, wait, it's horrific, mate. He breaks in Rashford, and this is the decision-making thing. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he sees Bruno running, but Bruno's like 25
that
feet
soft
behind
pass,
him.
the soft pass,
and then the softest pass you've ever seen, and you're like,
yeah,
oh mate, like,
yeah.
There's that decision-making that you're talking about, that other people are talking about. Obviously, Rashford is the least of our worries at the moment because at least he's got some output. But if you're talking about going on to challenge Man City, I actually now know where you're coming from. Like, it's not that he's bad, it's not that he ain't good, it's just that he ain't that next level of player that we need to go forward. So, do you think, like, the game itself? Let's just I'll quickly do the player ratings with you at the end. But do you think Ten Hag is under serious pressure now? His job. I'm seeing it all over Twitter, but obviously that's Twitter, not the real world.
Look, the pressure's mounting, but I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm not even going to mention about that stuff because I don't think it's fair. I think if all the players he had, because I'm looking at it going, you know what? Even if I just had Malacia left back right now, I'd be happy. To give me a bit of balance on the left. Even if I had just Ahmad on the right, because we've got no one on the right at the moment. Anthony's just come back. We know what he's all about. Okay, that's his choice. So he's got to live with that he's got a player who is only to a certain level, probably, in the 15th to 20th bracket of top wingers in the league. And that's not good enough. So, okay, that's fine. But all we know is if we didn't have the mass amount of injuries this is the problem though. It's not just injuries. It's injuries to the players that made us a different Man United to what he inherited. That's the problem. Yeah. We're back to worse than Ragnick era. Like we got a squad worse than that. There are some players that obviously will help us, but when you look at it, the totality of the side now, we're looking at them going, you know what? We don't have much going forward. We don't have much options to supply our forwards because we need to play our supply players in these other positions. So it's a nightmare at the moment for Ten Hag. And I think if I was the chairman, I'd be never getting rid of him because of these results. It's because I'm going to look at the overall situation and go, mate, you had so many injuries and there's no way I'm going to take you out because of this. What I need to do is wait for you to get all your players back. And then if you go through a route like this, goodbye. But until then, no chance can you get him out. Because I knew it from then. What were we saying? We were saying this from a little while ago. Look, he just needs to get his players back. Once they're back, we'll start playing well again to the levels we were playing last year. Until then, we are dead meat. Dead meat.
We are,
simple.
Literally. Yeah. And I do think people don't realise how important to this system Luke Shaw and weirdly Anthony is. Now Anthony ain't giving us the stuff going forward, but for this system, they're two very important players, specifically Luke Shaw and Martinez actually as well. Big misses to this team. You can't replace these players. Like you say, Malacia would be a much better option than Amrabat at left back, but they're big players in this system. So he's under the cosh. I think any talk of Ten Hag out is nonsense, quite honestly.
One more player, Garth. Johnny Evans, he came in, did really well, attacking the ball on corners, playing out the back, scoring a goal, which wasn't should have been a goal as well. I would have played him. I know he's getting old and he'll get done if you leave him isolated, but he arranges the players. He's a captain. He's a captain material and he's going to have to play. For me, he's going to have to play. even though you're going to lose a little bit of pace at the back. He's got everything else.
He's better
That's
than
what I'm
Lindelof
saying.
all round, mate. Yeah, that's what I agree with you. He's better than Lindelof all round, mate. Like Lindelof, mate, I don't even know if Lindelof's got more pace than him, to be quite honest with you. It's minute, you know what I mean? But yeah, 100%. So there you go. You know, and what you said about Johnny Evans is right. It's the leader. We are missing them on the pitch. Like, and you need them in these teams. You do need experienced heads that can take the team forward, etc., etc. So. Yeah, it's bad.
What's he saying? What's Carlos saying there?
Restaurants now has 2 settings: shoot on sight or game, or daft passes in the final third. Last night he was shocking. He weren't great. He weren't great, to be fair, Curtis. I'll give you that. They sack Erik ten Hag, then what? A new manager, same issues and board to deal with. And as soon as he asks for his players, he'll get shafted by his board. Exactly right. This is my point to anyone saying ten Hag out. Who's out there? Who's coming in and saving us? Who do you think is changing this scenario, this thing? At Man United, because no one. We've had Mourinho, he couldn't do it. Louis van Gaal couldn't do it. We've had they're 2 of the greatest managers to ever step foot on a football pitch. You know what I mean, or on the sideline. So if they can't do it, there ain't. Like I think Nagelsmann's just took Germany, ain't he? But I heard people talking about Nagelsmann. I'm like, he's 34. He ain't gonna he's got players in this team.
No chance.
No chance.
All you need to do is get rid of the board and get the money to be able to switch things up how we really want to switch things up. And we'll be all right. Until then, we are going to struggle with fit players back and then change up the squad. We got to change the squad once we've got the money. We don't have the money. So whoever comes in, if this board is still there, they'll have the same hands behind their back as Ten Hag's got. And I feel he's done really, really well with his hands behind his back, because end of the day, he's got in he probably would have wanted other players who would have been his first choice. I'm quite sure he's probably got in a few players who are not. Remember, we didn't even go for Casemiro as first choice. That was he was actually after trying to get De Jong, you know. So De Jong was our first choice, and we can't get him because we don't have the money. But if we did, he'd be here right now. Probably, he might have been swayed by a bit more money, you know. So you never know.
What's this guy saying? Hans Flick. I always think that's a fake name on like Champ or something, Hansi Flick, you know, or Saul, or with internet page. Yeah, this is the problem. But this is the problem with internet people. Like, they've all got great ideas, but none of them is ever going to work out because of exactly what you've just said, Nate. This ball is the problem. It don't matter who comes in. Prime Sir Alex Ferguson come in, and he ain't sorting this team out at the moment. So we're all over the gaff, mate. Yeah. Before we go quickly,
no wingers.
No wingers, no fullbacks.
No, I'm saying, you know what? I remember, I'm not sure if you saw my message in the group the other day, but I said during this transition period, we could do with players like Adama Traore on one wing and flipping Saint-Maximin on the other, just causing havoc, just causing stupid havoc, like you can't handle their pace. Just like Barcelona did last year. They thought, you know what, I'm just getting him in. Let's just let him run at players and then leave the other players to do their bits. Until we move to the next level, we need something like that, and we ain't got it. Aston Villa right now, I'll back to be higher than us in the league if we continue the way we are.
Oh, mate, they put it in the way we are. We're finishing like 12th, 10th. You know what I mean? So
maybe more.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know what you're trying to say there as well. It'd be better to have like bog standards, the wrong way to put it, but average Premier League players who are going to put in more of a shift than the world's best players that we've got. Who, when the pressure's on, they're crumbling. You know, Adama Traore and Alan Saint-Maximin. I mean, I don't think Saint-Maximin is much shit, but Traore ain't going to crumble under a bit of pressure. You know what I mean? And I think this goes back to when you were talking about James Ward-Prowse, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Absolutely not! Like, are you mad? Are you mad?" Saying James Ward? And now, like, you can fully see how he would actually be an asset to this team. Although Mount did play well last night in the 8, so. We'll see. I still don't
that's good.
I'm with you. I still don't think it's going to work, Nate. I don't think Bruno and Mount and Casemiro works. It's what we're going to have because it's our biggest signing of the summer. But
if that's the case, Garth.
You cut off, mate.
If that's the case, you throw Bruno in the 8. Like, that's the only way it can work. If you put Bruno in the 8 and leave Mount in his normal position, because I think Bruno can play the 8. He showed it last year. He looked really good there. He could play from a bit deeper, and he's more responsible in there. And then you let Mount play his normal position. But it's not, for me, obviously, Bruno's the main man, and I'd have Mount on the bench and put Casemiro with Amrabat. But if you're going to play Mount, put Bruno in the 8. don't put him on the wing. Like, I don't want him on the wing. I want a
Nah,
winger on the wing. Like, I want a proper winger doing bits.
He's so muted on the wing, man, Bruno. He doesn't get what he like. And to be fair, I thought that was a mistake yesterday, because yesterday they started with Casemiro in the 6, Mount in the 8, Hannibal in the 10, and Bruno on the right wing. And I was like, I mean, I would literally have it. I'd probably put Hannibal on the left wing, on the right wing out of all of them. Mount in the 10, Bruno in the 8. It felt like it was one like twister circle, like needed to go round again. You know what I mean? It was weird, mate. But yeah, it's our bad performance all round. The goals were very sloppy. Like, getting back to the game quickly, the goals were very shoddy, sloppy defending. We don't need to get into that. What I can ask you is, as a professional, how mentally, not devastating, but how do you come back from a defeat like this? 2 home defeats in a row against weaker opposition you know you should have won. Is this down to the gaffer now, getting you boys back up? Or do you need to take a bit of personal responsibility?
I think, you know what? We were up in the game at one point, and then Onana makes that mistake. If he doesn't make that mistake, I don't think we lose the game. I think it was draw. I think it was a draw at that point, wasn't it? And then they were
drawn, 2-2 at that point. Yeah.
So end of the day, okay, it's a step forward in terms of we played a bit better. Hojlund started looking better. He's more acclimatized. Now Amidst can go into central midfield. Hopefully we're one step closer to getting some other players fit. I think players know when we get players fit, they'll gain confidence instantly. They'll be like, oh my days, right, we finally got these people back. Let's now kick on. But until then, you won't be able to kick on, if you get what I mean. It's going to be a struggle. Yeah. So that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. So
Curlin's is saying we need someone on the pitch talking, commanding the others. This is what they're two sides. This is what I meant more about the dressing room. Like, do you need someone in the dressing room now, really like galvanizing the boys, like grabbing them and be like, listen, we're down. I know we're down, but we've got to come. We've got to bounce back. You know what I mean? That one person.
We'll have that. No, we'll have that anyway. The people will be there doing that. That's for sure. So there's no issue with that, because you've got players in there who are proper. They're proper captain material in there. So you know, Johnny Evans will be doing that as well. Even though he's a new guy, he'll be doing that. Even Casemiro will still be doing that. He's not playing, but he'll be doing that. In the Champions League, of course. But we've got players who will do that. It's not a problem at all. It's just like we say, it's a case of getting everyone back, Guff. If everyone's back, we'll play better. We will, because we'll have options. Like I say, I'm waiting on Ahmad to come back. I've already forgotten about Anthony now. I'm like, Ahmad, please. Ahmad, please.
Yeah, that was the big thing, wasn't it? This would have been Ahmad. This would have been Ahmed or Sancho's time to shine. The last, but of course, one's injured, and the other one's throwing his toys out his pram for some reason. All right, quickly, because I know you've only got a couple of minutes. We'll just quickly do the ratings, mate. Onana, what are you giving him for what you saw?
Bloody hell, mate! He probably must get a 3 for that one. To be fair, you can't go down. You can't make you made a mistake with your feet. You made a defensive error with standing up. Okay, it didn't lead to a goal, but the one that was a goal as well. So you're getting a 3, probably a 2 even. That's the worst I've seen him play.
Yeah, it's right down there. I'm hoping this is just a confidence issue, and because he can't get worse. Let's put it that way. I'm hoping it's not another Taibbi, is what I'm worried about. Dallo, did you see the first goal and getting muscled by Will Starr?
Oh my gosh, that on its own makes me say he's a 5. I don't know what happened. But that on its own makes you say, how are you getting strength? You're the right side of him. Next minute, you're the wrong side of him, and he's done you. Like, that shouldn't happen. If that's Luke Shaw, that doesn't happen. So simple as that. If that's Wan-Bissaka, it doesn't happen.
Of course, that happens to Wan-Bissaka. No offense to Will Fever, he's not, but he ain't a big bloke either. Will, so it's not like he was getting muscled by Adama Traore. Like, it's ridiculous. So 5 all day from me, mate. Amrabat at left back, out of position.
I didn't see a lot, but obviously when I got on from 58 minutes, I had training before. So from what I saw, he looked.
Sorry, you're cracking up there, mate. He was decent. He played well, considering he was out of position. He was at fault for one of the goals, definitely. But like I said, that is such a hard skill to come up with a defenders, man. If you're not a defender, you don't know it. So where were you at?
So you probably give him a 6, innit? From the looks of it, you probably get a 6. Yeah.
Energy was good. So, Rafa Varane, from what you saw.
I want to give him a 6 because for some reason I don't know why the hell, even when we had 10 men, why the hell they're ahead of the defender, the attackers, standing in front of them, and you're wondering like, what are you doing? Like, why are you in front of them for? So that made no sense to me. Made no sense whatsoever.
Lindelof.
Same. Probably, same.
Maybe even a little bit worse for Lindelof, just because he's worse as a player. You know what I mean? So he's doing worse. Big cast in defensive midfield.
Casemiro, he looked like he was okay doing his thing again, like normal.
He's getting
and
better.
Then he gets that card. So again, you get the card. Do you get a 6 now because of that, or do you get a 7 because you're playing all right? Maybe he gets a 7. It's not his fault for the red.
Because he was put, at the bottom line, he was put in a no-win situation with that one, weren't he? By Onana. So
exactly.
Mason Mount, you didn't see too much of, so because
you can say that.
It was a 6 for Mount. He's getting better as well, bro. 100% more intelligent play. He had a lovely little pass into Hojlund for a goal that was offside. Couple of lovely shots. Took a lovely half volley, Nate. You would have loved that, mate. Right on the edge of the area, taking a step back, half volley. So yeah, he done all right, but again, we lost 3-2, so it was rubbish in general. You know, there's the problem. 5, a high 5, low 6 for Mount, innit? Hannibal, did you get to see much of Hannibal?
No, I did get to see him because when I was on, I think he must have come off by the time.
He did. I think he came off at half time. Actually, I think he came off at half time.
Was he not non-existent or what?
No, he was all right. It's just he was all right. Energy good. I think you called it. Look, you were spot on with him, bruv. Straight away, he's just a good player. Like there isn't a generational talent there. There isn't even the next big thing. There's not. He's just a good player, good energy. But it was the wrong choice. It was the wrong pick.
Yeah.
So, and then when Eriksen came on, Eriksen's just better, and we shifted it around a bit. But yeah, it's a 5-6 again for him. Rashi out on the left wing, 1 assist, 1 absolute shambolic pass into the area.
You're probably getting a 6. You probably give him a 6 for the mix of what you get from him at the moment. So yeah, like I say, he's one of them players who he's either going to score an amazing goal and then be nowhere to be seen, or he's going to be nowhere to be seen. One or the other. So yesterday it was give a nice assist and then be nowhere to be seen after that. So
Bruno on the right wing, we both hate it, and he was muted all game, to be fair, mate. So
you can basically the only player I'm going to talk about is Hojlund. He must get
he must get 5 for Bruno. Oh, you've just lost it. As you're about to talk about the good stuff, Nate, you've just gone again, mate. So start
again.
Am
I there?
You're back now, Hojlund, mate. Hojlund.
I'll give him an 8 or a 9. It's like a high 8. If he got that hat trick, it probably would have been a 9. And I even seen most of the game, like I said. But from what I saw, I'm like, this is what you want to see from our forward. That's where I remember I was saying at the moment, Martial's still our best forward. Now he's shown us, right, okay, he looks sharp. And then Martial started saying, you know what, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it.
I'll take a couple of boys on and have a shot, you know what I mean? Like, Martial, do you know what? If he becomes that 20-minute player, if he does become that 20-minute player, though, that's a great option to have. Like, for all my joking about Martial, he's still a good player. You just can't put any faith or trust into him. But so overall, Hojlund's the only bright spark there, mate. And then Martial done a little bit at the end, but the only bright spark, in other words, dull, very tiresome game. Just watching Man United at the moment, it feels like I don't even want to. I don't know if you're the same, mate. I sit down and I'm like, I can't do this tonight. I don't want to watch it. I've got things to do.
I've got coaching. I've got coaching, and I'm usually like on the sideline going, listen, guys, I'm watching from the side here. I'm just going to watch the game. And then now I'm involved in the training now. I'm like, I wonder what the score is. I wonder if we're losing at half time. Well, it's not the fact that we're losing. It's the fact United, innit? I love United. I got to keep trying. But there'll come a point, if we continue down this road, there'll come a point like I did when we was under Jose. I actually decided right before he left, I ain't watching United no more at the moment. I can't watch this anymore. And then he left. I was like, finally, I can actually watch again. So it was a nightmare. But hopefully, we'll pick up, man. We'll pick up. If everyone gets fit, we'll pick up, surely.
Yeah, we've got to get better than that. So on that note, thanks to everyone in the comments for joining us. Curlers, as always, great with the comments. Fitz Anderson, good to see you, mate. If you're not a member, like and subscribe, obviously. share it with someone, your mum, your nan. Anyway, you don't have to tell them what it is. Make it a surprise. You know what I mean? Get that algorithm in our favour. And we'll be back at the weekend for Man United versus Brentford, which is going to be another tough game. So, any final words, Dave?
No, let's just bring on the weekend, man. Hopefully, a few more days to get people fit, and that's it, man. That's it.
You can hear the depression in our voices. So, stay safe and peace out, people. Let's see if I can actually end it for once.